Shut down. We live now? I got no idea if I'm alive now. I'm just testing. Hello. All right, we are live now. All right. So today we are going to build a dirt farm, and it is going to be used for the Foundry SMP. And I was thinking to use it for terrainforming. So let's see. Let's start with the crafter first. There's two ways for me to approach this, since we have the crafter and the mechanical crafter. The mechanical crafter, it works pretty simple. You put the dirt and the gravel, and then you craft coarse dirt. And then after you craft the coarse dirt, you can then plow it to get dirt, and then just repeat the process over and over again. So there's this way that you can do with the mechanical crafters. But I also thinking, why not we try something new since we have the crafter. So the crafter is quite an interesting block that if you input items into the slots, then you will be able to craft things relatively fast. And I was thinking to use the crafters because it only have a 4 game tick delay to craft each recipes. So what I mean by that is that if I use a pulse timer, let me grab a smooth stone, and let's say we are going to craft the clay balls into clay block. So if I put this here, and then I set it to 4 game tick. So the 4 game tick is the crafter's delay. As you can see, it's blinking over there. If I set it faster, it will also blink that fast, but it wouldn't craft that fast. So right here, I can put it down. You can see it's crafting, but this speed is the same with this speed. So 4 game tick is the fastest delay, and then if I go higher, it will just slows down the process. So any faster wouldn't help, and 4 game tick is the delay. And you can see how fast you can craft stuff. Like this is a stack of clay a stack of clay. Yeah, it crafts things every 4 game ticks, while the what is it called? The mechanical crafter will crafting's a little bit slower. So I was thinking to use this instead. So how do we approach this? I was thinking to use the package system, since we will need to package the dirt, gravel, and well, dirt, gravel into crafting. What we can do is have the storage over here, just two creative crate packages, and actually let's raise this two up by one block, and then power it with belts. We also need funnels on the sides and links. So I had this idea back, like I was doing something as well, and I also seen this on Bilibili. Someone actually do this, and it's doable with the crafter from vanilla Minecraft. So let's get ourselves some shafts and belts. There we go, and then we send this into a chest. So the storage is connected. Send it in there, and then we use a repackager before we send it into the what's it called, the crafter. And over here I'm just gonna put a depot right here, and then I need a requester. I will explain this later. Right now it seems like I'm doing well, not much. So, and then I will need gravel and dirt. I need, oh, not you, gravel and dirt. So gravel, dirt, and then when we are going to do the restaurant requester, we need to set it to the uh what's it called, to the according to the recipe. So if we want to craft, we can get this from costed. So costed, you will see, is dirt, gravel, gravel, dirt, right? So you gotta place that the same way in here as well. So dirt will be on the last, and then you have gravel in the center. So I'm just gonna send this to a stack, set this up to a stack, right? And then what are we gonna do is that we are going to power this once, sending the items out into this chest, and then this chest will do the repackaging to pack them into a package so we can input into the crafter. So are we going to do this is that we are going to power the belts first. Did anyone join in my, oh, now I have two viewers. How do I check my, hold on. Hold on. How do I check my, damn it. Is streaming, I think they're like Windows 2, something like that. Caption, not caption. Docs? Chat. Yeah, there we go. Although I might actually want to put this out so I can actually see if anyone actually left a message. Also, I only have one screen on my computer, so this is how it will go. So I'm just gonna set this to this speed. So right here we are going to send dirt, gravel, gravel, dirt. So we send it, and then it goes in here, and we also need to power the packager, I mean the repackager. So right here you can see it has dirt, gravel, gravel, and one more which is dirt. And then we put it in here, you will see that they are in the right grid, and then we can craft costed this way. And then now, let's see, since we have the way to craft the dirt now, so I also want to explain why I need this part. Is that if I don't use the repackager but only the packager, or send things out from one vault, it will I think it wouldn't work. So I'm just gonna take this and a crafter. Packager goes in, disable the slots. And if I put this in, yeah, you will see some of the items. Wait, oh, they just go. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything. So this doesn't work. And I think another better way for me to say this is, so if I don't use the repackager, what will happen is that if I have dirt and gravel, it's always hard for me to find gravel. There we go. Oh, 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 I'm lagging. Alright, kind of want to play Minecraft now with this internet. Alright, so if I don't have any ways to arrange the items and no, not this way. Not like this. Yeah, it will only package the front row. And if I use this, I'm just gonna separate that, and then even here I have set it to dirt and gravel. Oh, 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 not you, you. And then even if I set this to gravel, it will send out with the ingredients inside. But if I put it into a crafter without doing the repackaging, it will be like, hold on, not like this. Let me disable the slots. It will be like this. So it's not on the right orientation, as you can see. Even the restaurant requires to have set it to like this. So that's why we will need a repackager to repack everything before we send it into the crafter. So this is the concept of it, and then that's what we don't want to do. We will need a repackager between the transitions. So I'm not sure how much. So we would need gravel from somewhere. Usually we'll be crushing and then send crushing cobblestone and then get them in and then make them into gravel and then send the gravel into the mixing. So into the mix. So that way doesn't work. And another thing is that gravel or making coarse dirt also can't be done using the free using mixing. So usually mixing they have a shapeless recipe, right? But then over here we just don't have it. And then now what we need to do is make, so right here this will be the crafting system, but I will also need to change this a little bit because there's a chance that the packager will actually eat item, because basically remove the items even is like half full and the package go in, it will just not have not have all the items. So we're just gonna disable the slots here, and we need a smart observer to detect if there's anything inside. So if there's anything inside, it will lit up and power the funnel for it to not take any more items. All right, so this is the crafting module for crafting gravel dirt into coarse dirt, and then we will need a way to place the thing down and plow it for it for the dirt to turn back into to collect the dirt, plow the coarse dirt to turn it into dirt, and then collect the dirt for for repeating the process. So I was thinking to use the two game tick trick over here, so we can get a deployer up plow and perhaps a drill. Yeah, let's use a drill. And then I will also need tool and linear chassis. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to have the mechanical drill on the bottom, and then the coaster will be in the center like this, and then we will have plow on top and deployer facing downwards to place it. And then in this way we can go ahead and stick them. Oh, we can go ahead and stick them together. That will be placing coaster. It's also good to have the filter set right now, and then just gonna glue enable the sticky sides, use the wrench to select where do we want it, and then I think now we can go ahead and make the card assembler. So rail, card assembler, controller rail. For the two game trick, we also need a bearing, clockwork bearing, hole, and the rest of the block. Actually, a lever will do, because we also need to assemble this up, and a card and a minecart. Alright, so this is done. I just need the two game tick stuff over here. Is it assemble? Yep. Oh, we also need storage on this thing. Almost forgot about this. Let's have the storage. Let's have the storage on the other side. I could use the item swapper. Yep, there we go. And then here we will be placing down coasted. Assemble, take it, place it back down, put it here, and then hold it. Alright, and then I think it's working beautifully. So for anyone that doesn't understand what does the two game tick thing works, is that the clockwork bearing that we have over here, since clockwork bearing will update every game tick to synchronize with the time in the world. When you have a minecart going into it, so I'm just gonna put a normal minecart here. So if you have a normal minecart running into the contraption that is having over here, it will then update the minecart every game tick basically. So when it update the minecart every game tick, it will also update the actors on it. The deployers, plow, and the drills are the actors on this contraption. So if we have this thing on it, it will then attempt to place coaster down every game tick, and then plow the coaster every game tick, and try to drill it every game tick. And over here we only have one delay, which is the drill. The drill will be slightly slower than other ways to break it, but I think it's alright. That's why you can also see when it's coasted and then it's plowed again. That's why that's the two game tick doing the thing. And that is how we can get the dirt this way. And there we go. We got all the dirt turned into coarse dirt. I think one I broke it, and then there are like some missing here. Let me just remove everything. Give it a try again. And while that is working, the scale of this contraption is also determined by how much dirt we can craft. So we can craft 4 coarse dirt every 4 game tick. So there's 1 game tick every 1 coarse dirt. That's actually a lot. And what else can we make from this? So ideally we need to make this contraption larger, right? So right now we have one dirt outside, and yep, that's all the dirt. So we don't have any loss with this way to make the machine. And now we just need to go ahead and make this contraption larger. And one way we can do is just by extend it sideways. And we also have that issue where one dirt will be like left over. So that means we will also need to extend the drills outwards by one block. So with that said, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the glue. So 1, 2, 3. This is a good amount. That is 16 dirt, and then I'm just gonna extend out by one block like that. And then this will all stick about like 4 blocks. And here will be all of the mechanical plow. Oh, I don't need for the last one. But here is the tricky part for placing the plow. And the plow, we are going to place it sideways. Another thing about the 2 game tick actor thingy, that's what the name called 2 game tick actors, is that the mechanical plow doesn't work the normal way. So usually when you have the plow moving forward like this, it will plow anything that's like it will plow in the path it is going. But since this is a 2 game tick actor, it will work sideways. It only works sideways. So right now I'm just gonna put down the plow down like this and see if everything sticks. Apparently not. It doesn't sticks that way. So we will need to change something. What we can do, remove that, can glue this and then put another row of linear chassis over here and glue all of this up and select the distance, so it's 4 blocks. And then this one over here, do I not have it sticked? Hold on. Yeah, I do not have it sticked. All right, there we go. Put the glue down, make it to 4, and then this one will be also sticking to this linear chassis. So that's what we want to have. And for the dirt, for the deployers, we're just going to place it out like this. We can also make it look more fancier by just connecting it from this way with the same method as this. But I think I don't need to do that, as I can glue this up as well. Yeah, like that. And maybe I don't even need this row. Yeah, something like that. And then that can be removed. The barrel needs to go somewhere. That can, yeah, that works like that. So all of those are glued. And this is also glued, but then, yeah, this will, if 1, 4, and right. So here we go. We will also need a way to output the results, but I will do that later. For now, I'm just gonna glue this up and have this set to 1 because I think that works. Assemble it, everything disappears. Nice. So that means it's working. And then now we can place this over here with the clockwork bearing, piston extension pole, assemble it, power that, put the Minecraft contraption down, and cost it. 1 stack of costed, test 1. I don't know why is it placing back the cost, placing back the dirt though. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, 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 wait. I know why. I forgot to set the filters on the deployers. So let me grab a clipboard. Clipboard. Set the costed on this. Copy the settings and then apply the settings to all of the deployers. Right. Now let me just clear my inventory. Assemble it. Take it. Put it back down. And then now let me grab costed. Jesus. Now that is fast. Right. So now we have a way to convert the costed into dirt. It's time to put this and this together. So now let's see. We are going to use this method. So we also need a way to output this and tidy up the contraption as well, because I don't really like how it looks right now. Let's see. So let's start with the linear chassis. And I think since it is glued, I don't really need to bother about that. And let's say we have our global bearing pole and rotor rail over here like this. We can, yeah, I think we can just go ahead and do this, and the card can be like this. And then we just need to do it on there and oh, and there. There we go. That adds the glue on the other side. Set this to 1 and then glue the drills together. Yeah, so that is one way that we can assemble that thing and back, and then it can be restored back to his original state, so we do need to keep assembling and disassembling, move it back and forth like that. And now we need a way to output the dirt. So here we have the things for making turning costed into dirt. We will need a way to input the items into the contraption. So, but the thing about this is that we can't use the portable storage interface. We need another way to drop items onto the contraption itself, so it can take the block and then make them into the what was it called? Make them into the dirt. So what we're gonna do here, is we are going to have a barrel. Any comments in YouTube? No, no comments. We need storage on this. What we can do is put this here. Wait, can we even? I think we can put it here maybe? No, that doesn't work. Here. I'm trying to fit a storage on this. So this glues onto this part, and then this part glues to the contraptions. Then we can have another part like this, and then this just basically just connects to the storage. There we go. And then now we also need to attach andesite funnel for the input. So when it crafts the coaster into dirt, how should this works? We will need a storage for it. I don't know how much it can craft. So actually, let's do a test. Dirt. Actually, not dirt. Coaster. We're just gonna try to time this. Ding. Whoa, why is it not working now? Did it turn to another contraption like this? Oh wait. Oh, oh, that doesn't work. So we need to assemble it. Break that. Control rail goes here. I forgot to time that. 1, 2, 3. About 3 seconds, and then it can make a stack of dirt. Okay. 3 seconds. So we can make one. We can make one. We can make 4 coaster in 4 game ticks. Let's do some calculations. So that means five crafts every wait, how much? 4 dirt every 4 game tick. So 64 divided by 4, that is 64 divided by 4. 4 game ticks. How long is 4 game ticks? 0.2 seconds. Yep, 0.2 seconds. So 1 second can craft 1 second divided by 0.2, that is 5 times 4. That is 20 costed every second that it can craft. And then that thing over there can craft, can make 4 costed into, well, can make a stack of costed into dirt in 3 seconds, roughly 3 seconds. So, what is this again? 5 seconds to make 20 costed per second? Hold on. I sometimes hate the fact that I like to calculate things, even I'm bad at math. And then we are going to use a pulse extender. No, not a pulse extender. Pulse repeater. This. So it can craft 5, it can craft 20 per second. 20 game tick is 1 second. Why only blink once? Shouldn't you be like bling 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 like that? Oh. Oh, I've set it to 4 seconds. No, 4 ticks. And then we need a block here. Like that. So now I can test it. Just need to put this in. Right. Yep, my calculation is right. 20 costed for 3 seconds. Well, we will need a stack of costed. So we will need at least 3 of this or 4 of this to be crafting. And that will consume us. That will consume us how much? Wait a minute. So 3 seconds can a crafter can craft 20 costed for 3 seconds. And then so if we want to make sure the output is same as the amount the contraption is going to process, we will need about 4 of this for the contraption to be able to handle. Well, more than that the contraption wouldn't handle, and less than that the contraption also can go up. The less than that the contraption can handle. And 3 I think is a pretty good amount, because we can then stack item vault in front of them like this. So all the dirt will go into the storage, and I'll put it onto the contraption so it can take and process and output the dirt. And here what we're gonna do is we are just going to have a belt running across like this. So belt and shaft. So this goes into the packages, into the packages, and then sent into the crafters. Once the crafters are full, they will actually lock the underside, the brush belt funnel. Well, they will lock the underside funnels, and the package wouldn't go in anymore. So that's good thing. And then that means we will need a repackager somewhere over here. So the chest will go here, and then actually, why not we just put it like this, and I'll put over here. There we go. So it will repack anything that gets sent inside, and I think it should work, right? Hold on, let me give it a try. Let's say we don't power the repackager yet. Then we send like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power it. Oh boy. And then we take the packager. I'm just gonna see if it. Yep, there we go. It works. I just forgot to set the slots again. But I think technically it should work. Yep. Yeah, it does. So the repackager is essential here, even there is like more than enough crafters, more than enough packager inside the chest. And then we just need a way to insert the package. So we're just gonna use the shafts like this. And then we will need a storage to package the items. So for this one, I don't think I will need the pause timer and all of this shenanigans over here. Or we need is a way when this is powered, then it will unpower. Then that will then power, then that will send a power into the packager for it to craft things. So right now it's detected. Let's set it to 4, 4, and 4. And then for the crafters, I also need to disable the slots. And just now you can see it was working. So I'm just gonna take this and put this here. As you can see, when it has item inside, it's unpower this, and then it will send pause timer to power the crafters, which is inside here. I can also take this out. And all of the crafted costed will go into this item vault. And if I break it, there I go, tons of costed. Right. Now we will need the storage. The storage might be a little bit tricky because I will need to send it out. So that will need to pair with the contraption itself. How can I do this? I can rotate this part so it sends it repack from the other side. I also need a depot over here. Repackager and funnel. Then lever will this power that? Nope. Good. Let's see. So this is about this looks wide. We'll need a way to send items into a vault to store all the dirt, as well as the dirt that we will need to so since this is a dirt farm, we will need dirt to craft dirt. Trying to make everything compact here. So this will need to output to that machine. So I think it would be better if it has some sort of a funnel and then the so it's gonna be like this. So since that would be moving back and forth between these blocks, so a funnel will go in like this, dropping the coaster into the contraption. And somewhere over here, we will need a funnel to output the dirt into a storage. And I think we can also do it one block lower. So this can just output the dirt into the storage. But that will also move back and forth on one block. So how are we gonna do this? We can, however, move everything to the side. So this move like this back and forth. Actually, this might be a better idea. Let's move back and forth like this. And then we have a way to output the third. And we'll need the gravels from somewhere. Like that. I want to test something. So let's say we have the contraption over here. Can this output items? Yes. Now can... Oh, where did it go? Now can this output items? Yes. We just need to pick the things up before it's... Actually, there's another way. We can drop it onto a solid block that is like this, and it can still pick the item out. So there's the output, and then we will need the input somewhere. Let's bring the machine closer. So actually, let me take a look. Card assembler, rail. So the outputs, the third to here, like this. And we can, fun fact, we can glue this up like this. And then this will output the dirt. And then we will need somewhere to input. We can also do the same with this. And here we can have a gluing 2 blocks over here. So when I have, let me have a preview first. Oh, this is the old one. This is the new one. Okay. So now this is going to be here. So we'll need to place the card here. Oh, global bearing, assemble it. No. One block further. Let's give it a try. There. Not the way I like it. If I put it here instead. I don't want to see the funnels. Yeah, I don't think it can it can output like this. Yep, let's move it one block further. So right now I'm just trying to adjust the space is needed for the contraption to output the dirt into this funnel using this minecart contraption. I think we can have. Let's give that a try. Yep, you can see the animation on the funnel. If I put it in, all goes in. Nice. Right, so we now need another way to input the dirt from this vault. And I should have made it a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. Somewhere over here. Like if I do this, can it take the item? Yes, it can. And it's already done. Right, so some tweaks needs to be done onto the contraption, which is, I don't need that. I even felt like this can actually be inside of here because it's a contraption, so it doesn't take any space. Right, now let's go ahead and power the belts. Although we can technically don't use the belts, but this one is on the side, so we have to use the belts. So that goes there, and stock link, and request the button. Right. So stock link, and let's put it on here. And then here we'll be placing down dirt, and gravel. Set this to a stack. Right, must send all item is selected. So it will only send all the items. And then I think this one I can go ahead. Use a lever powering a pulse timer so it sends the the item that needs to be crafted every second. So if it can't send all the items, then I think it wouldn't send all the items. And over here, it should be fine, but this one isn't powered yet, so let's get ourselves a gearbox. And a chef. There we go. And right now it doesn't have any dirt inside, so it's not going to craft anything. And I can see some issues here. It's not collecting the items. Oh boy. How about I put the output like the funnel over here instead? Oops, the lag got me. So I'm going to change the location of the funnels. I'm just gonna put this up like this. Glue and inside funnel. So this connects to both of this. Oh boy. This looks better than I thought. And other than that, you just need to supply a lot of gravel to it. It's like crafting, all of them are crafting the coarse dirt now. And it's already filling up this part. I don't know about a vote because I can't look into it. And apparently this one is not outputting fast enough, so we have some spillage. I'm just gonna go and grab something from other projects. Where is it? Ah, here. That's the button for me to clear the item. So this is not outputting fast enough when it's like producing a bunch of materials. Well, a bunch of dirt precisely. So what are we gonna do is that we're just going to add more funnels for it to output. So right now you only have one funnels. And how should I do this? Also need to tidy up the funnels a bit because I don't really like how it looks now. And then, so this part we can extend one more funnel. So we can technically add one more here and then just glue it together. Assemble, take, put. Let's see. Hmm. So the output of the it is crafting more than it can turn into dirt. So potentially we can make this machine bigger, but I think we can also tweak down the crafters. So right now I have disabled one crafter so it wouldn't craft that much costed. And right now I'm just trying to monitor to see if it can keep up with the production. Like right now, as you can see, some of it is still crafting. But this one is still crafting, this one is still crafting. And then the costed over here is not decreasing, but I think it's like between right now. Let me just remove some stacks. So the costed you can see is slowly piling up over here. And right now it's slowly piling up over there as well. So we need to add more of this. Let's see, since it will be placing dirt on this lower level, start the machine, take it out. Okay, so, since now we can tell how much it is producing and where the funnel location should be, and since there would be, so about this entire thing will be a contraption, I think it would be wise for me to just have all the dirt. So dirt will be placed on this level, which is on top of the contraption over here. I think if we have this spot all dedicated for the well, it wouldn't look nice. That's one thing that I dislike. So that's why I have it display outside. Or we can just, because it's a contraption, we can just have it inside all of these machines. So don't think I have done this. There we go. Uh, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Hmm. So when it is being placed down, oh, place it back. It's like this. We can extend one, two more maybe. One, two, three. We can extend three more of this module here. We also need to arrange the funnels. So let's go ahead and do that. So the funnels, two will be over there, and then two will be over here. So this side we can potentially leave it for the linear chassis. And I really just want to keep it glueless, so we don't need to glue everything. Hmm. Although technically I don't really need to keep it glueless. Can I connect out like this? Yes, I can. So I can do this part and that part. So there's where the barrel will go. Alright, and this is connected to to itself. And then this part I can glue it like this. So now it looks more tidier, other than the barrel is inside like that. And here, I'm just gonna unglue off this part. Use wood edit. Boom, boom. And stack 3 left. Alright. Now all of them should be having their own settings. Wait. Yeah. Let me go here. Yeah, that is what I mean. It can overlap the machines. And let's see. Oh, I don't know why it's taking more than it can break. Is it because I added one more funnel? Hmm. But they on. So we will need more output power. And more output power is already there. Wait, how much can this thing make? Well, there's one way, which is powering the funnel for it to not output that much. And we can do this with the rest of the torch. So you can see the bling 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 like that, right? So we just set it to like 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds it will open and something like that. So what we can do here is try again. Apparently this is a little bit too slow. 2 seconds. About none. None is too fast. 1 second. 1 second is still too fast. 30 ticks. 30 ticks. Okay. Ooh. I think I messed up one of the crafters. Everything's alright. So now I can this back, and if it is threshold switch, and if this one, oh, not next to that thing. Can I copy the settings of this? Yes, I can. So that's set to 20 ticks. And it is also line. So what I can do is have this back up and running to craft the coaster and the threshold switch here. What it will do, it will detect if there's too many items in the vault, but it seems like everything can keep up. So currently it can store up to that much stacks. So 120 that is, and 60. So right now it's more than, wait. So it's less than that now, so it wouldn't do anything. But if it's more than that, then it will then send a signal to here, which is a bad idea. It will send a signal to there. Huh? So it's, where, who are you powering you? Oh, the torch. Hmm. Hey, yeah, yeah. What if I just... No, that doesn't work. So I want to have a detection is that when it has reached a certain amount... Oh, not dirt. When it has reached a certain amount of posted, it would then just stop. But right now it seems like the machine can keep up. I don't even need this. See, it just reached that amount and then it just stops. Other than that though, so instead of... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Stop, stop, stop. Stop this. So the bottleneck is the repackager. It's too slow. Oh boy. Right. So the bottleneck wasn't the contraption, it wasn't anything, it was the repackager that's being too slow. So we need a new system for doing the repackaging. Alright. Belt, depot, shafts, shafts, and depot like that. And for here we can get a repackager. Oh, there we go. Repackager, and then a storage. I'm just gonna use this chest here. Actually, let's just use volts And between this, there will be also a packager like this. So it can, well, like that, but not there, because that redstone torch will then powers it. And packager, then it will send the output into this item vault. That might be a little bit too close. What if we have this thing like this instead? And then a gearbox in between. So this will send the item out and into the item vault. And then this item vault will be doing all the repackaging. Sounds about right. And I think, no, you don't think. So then we have the repackager here. And this just output the package inside. And here we also need another one, which will be the crate. Like that. Ling. Oh, okay. So ling, ling, and then ling. There we go. Dirt, dirt, gravel, gravel. Hey, oh, what? And then set the settings back. Okay. So after a little bit of arrangement, I think this should work because we have the bottleneck on the repackaging system. So we will need two repackagers instead of one to power everything. So what I'm gonna do is put a lever on top and put a lever on top and the rest of dust. So this will power these two repackagers. And we'll also need a threshold switch just in case this thing fills up. And I think it would be better for me to use a chest because a chest has more storage. There we go. Threshold switch reading into it. Reading from downwards. Let me connect the mortal. So this goes there. Gearbox. That goes there, that goes there. And will this work? Nope. The other way around. There we go. So we should still have a little bit space here. And if it's stored to, let's say 27 stacks, or more like 50 stacks, and then 27, less than half of it. 27, more like 20 and 40 then it will, if it's more than this, then it will power, and that power is sent to a link posted, and then that link will move stone. And then that link will power that. So right now, right, then we have posted. So if this chest is filled with the package, then it will just stop asking for more. Let's go. And we might also need another threshold switch. Oh, not you. You. So let's say if this one is filled all the way up to the brim with coasted, but technically it shouldn't. How about the storage on this guy? Oh, it is not. It's not fast enough. Potentially we need to add more, add more crafters. And we are running out of space for the repackages. And we can't do it from below either. Yep, we can see the crafters are working as hard as they can, but it is still not fast enough. Hmm. What now? I think this contraption might be a little bit too overpowered for the crafters. One is... oh, because I have forward power this. So this one is filled up, and then right now it should send a signal out. Oh no. Items. Now it is taking more poster than it can. That means we will need to input this back on again. Only if there's a way to detect if there's how many items in the storage of that. Hmm. Technically, it should be 3 seconds. Wait, is my plow even working? Yeah, is my plow even working? I feel like they just placed it down and they just broke it. What the? Oh, this sucks. I just realized my plow isn't working. What in the world? But this works? The Don't tell me it's because there's a block up here and they just decided to just don't work. Okay, it's totally decreasing with the number count of the coaster. That's nice. I think one repackager is totally enough. And right now we're just slowly piling up inside of here. And when it has reached the amount, 4 items. Yep. To be honest, I just think of a way to keep track of how many items there are. So this thing can only hold like how many? Uh, that much stacks, right? And then we can use a lightweight pressure plate. So lightweight pressure plate can output the stress signal in when there has too many items on it. Let's say we only have one item on it, it will output one. And then if we have a stack, it will still output one. But here's the trick. If I have like 3 stacks on it, it will output 3. And then I think the maximum of this will be, yeah, will be the signal strength. So let's say it has more items on this block, and then we use a powered pressure plate to detect how many items there are on it. We can potentially use it to power the, well, this thing. So that means this can't take any more blocks. But I'm not so sure if there's a way to divide the storage on a contraption, because technically right now I have no way to detect any blocks that are not inside. I mean, there could be a way. Let me go ahead and disable that. Wrong mode. And I'm just gonna fly all the way to this machine that I was working on. So this has one storage only. How should I do it? Because that will be always there. That's one thing. Yeah. No. I don't know if there's any way that I can do. Yeah. Okay, I guess timer that is. I just can't really time it right. So right now is 30 ticks. Seems to be able to process everything. What about 1 second? 1 second, start to get a little bit hiccup. We can see the coaster is slowly piling up there. 25. Still piling up. 28. 28. It can. Yep. 28 seems to be able to process everything. 27. 27 seems a bit slow. 26. 5 again. Okay, let's let it run. How many? So this one, it is slowly filling up. You can see the dirt inside. Hmm. I'm just waiting this one to fill up. So right now it's on because it has more than 10 items. And we can soon see our dirt slowly rising up. Oh my goodness. So lag. Okay. So let's take the threshold switch again. And make sure it's not producing more than it can. Oh, yep, it is producing more than it can take. How can we do this? So we need to stop this pause timer from ticking. But the redstone torch below will also power them. If there's no item inside. I mean, we can, however, just powers. Can I just power off this so it just stops? Yes, I can. Not quite. Yeah, yes, I can. It's slowly decreasing. And if I don't, it will slowly add up. Okay, so technically I can. So if it's reach more than how many stacks? More than, let's say, 100 stacks of items, it will power on. And then it will connect to there. So right now it shouldn't add up anymore until it is unpowered. Then it will slowly come back up to the stack amount. Right or not? Yeah, I don't think this works. So right now it is slowly crafting and the stack amount is slowly rising up. You can see it's like 34, 35 stacks, and then later it will be 5, and I think items will be more precise. Here you can see the numbers are slowly rising up. It has some decrease and go there, here and there, but then you can see it's slowly adding up. So if I go ahead and power this place, it will then powers all of this pause timer and then it will just stops until it has reached less than this amount. So let's wait and see. And as all of that has item inside, it will log all the funnels, so it wouldn't be taking any more of the package. And since this one has also a threshold switch underneath, which has a redstone link, it will also stop it from requesting for any more of the items for our dirt to be piling up. Wow, just now it was like 1,200, 2,000 something. Right now it's already 9,000. See. So far, so good. Let's check the storage. Also pretty good. Okay, I think we got it. Dot farm. I don't know how much does it rate though. Let's see. 2243. That is 21 dirt. Assuming this updates every second. 67, 88. That is 20 something, 20 something. I think it's better we calculate how much dirt this can break. Then we can get the amount. 20. Let's maybe start with 20. So 20 times 3,600. I don't think that's the amount. Oh, what's going on? What? Is it causing the issues again? Yeah, why is it not turning them to dirt anymore? It would be sucks if there's like a sometimes thing, is that sometimes it would just... Nope, I don't think I would turn that into hosted. I mean, if this doesn't work, I would be really sad. Why it doesn't work? Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Right now it's working. Is it working? Yep, it is working. Wait. Yeah, right now it is working. Why? Torturing myself with create. Hell yeah. Yeah, like right now it works. And you can see, we can see from here is like consuming and then making dirt, right? You can see that. And then another way we can see is by this gauge. You can see the dirt slowly adding up. I think we also need a threshold switch for this volts. Yeah, you can see the items slowly adding up. And also going down because we are also consuming some dirt right now. Why does it sometimes work and sometimes don't? There's one way over there we can test this is by placing a smart observer. Smart observer gone. It's not even inside here, it's inside here. Dirt, power, 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 yep. So it should be doing that, but I don't know why it wasn't doing that. Uh, why are you... Ah, there we go. That intensifies. Okay, keeping up, and this is also keeping up. The thing is stable now, but sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't know why. Another way that I was thinking is that we can have a packager here instead. So we will package 9 stacks at a time. So when this reach low enough, then it will replenish the 9 stacks. But I think so far everything is going well. Does this one turns into dirt? Oh, this one doesn't. So if there's a block inside of them, it doesn't get turned into dirt. This side, so this tree over here is technically not working. Does it works like that? Hold on, let me just post it and a block on top. Assemble this. It does work. What? Oh, even if I place a block inside. So let me see. Costed. Costed. Are there any costed inside? Nope. So technically it should work. Okay. How about, well, since this is volt, what if I use volt? Does it not work this time? Does work, okay. I think it produced more stone than it actually do. More stone? I mean more dirt, but then it actually do. I'm gonna take a break. I think this will... Oh, never mind. Here we go again. Is it not making dirt? Yeah, like right now you can see it's not making dirt anymore, just making coarse dirt. Some parts still make dirt, but some part doesn't. What the hell? I will come back to this next time. I want to take a break now. Alright, thanks for coming by. I will see you guys next time in the next video or the next live.